Welcome to Furniture Industry News. I'm here with you on this Monday, June 30th, 2025, bringing you the latest updates and insights that matter most to furniture industry professionals. Today we're covering some major shifts happening in our industry, from changing consumer behaviors to supply chain challenges and significant company restructuring. Let's start with something that's reshaping how we think about our customers and marketing strategies. A new survey is revealing fascinating differences in how Millennials and Gen Z approach their purchasing decisions, and these insights are crucial for furniture retailers and manufacturers trying to connect with younger consumers. The data shows that Millennials still lean slightly toward brand loyalty, but Gen Z is taking a completely different approach. Almost half of Gen Z prefer cheaper private label alternatives, compared to 46% of Millennials, indicating that price sensitivity is more pronounced among this younger generation. This shift is happening right now, and it's something every furniture professional needs to understand. What this means for our industry is significant. While we've traditionally relied on brand recognition and loyalty to drive sales, Gen Z consumers are willing to walk away from established brands if they find better value elsewhere. They're more likely to choose that store brand dining set if it saves them money, even if it means giving up a well-known manufacturer's name. This doesn't mean quality doesn't matter to them, but they're weighing value differently than previous generations. Millennials, on the other hand, still show some attachment to brands they trust, but even they're becoming more price-conscious. The key takeaway here is that both groups are looking for transparency and authenticity from brands, but Gen Z will prioritize their wallet over brand prestige almost every time. Speaking of consumer behavior, there's positive news on the horizon for retailers. Back-to-school shopping traffic is expected to be strong this year, which typically signals good things for furniture sales, especially in categories like dorm furniture, desk chairs, and bedroom sets for students heading off to college. This seasonal uptick usually extends beyond just student furniture. When families are in shopping mode for back-to-school needs, they often tackle other home improvement projects at the same time. It's a good opportunity for furniture retailers to capitalize on this increased foot traffic and shopping momentum. However, while consumer demand might be strong, the supply chain landscape continues to present challenges that could impact how we fulfill that demand. The combination of artificial intelligence adoption and ongoing tariff policies is creating a complex environment for supply chains across all industries, including furniture. On March 4, 2025, the U.S. government announced significant modifications to existing tariffs, affecting industries such as manufacturing, consumer goods, automotive, and technology. These changes are forcing companies to rethink their sourcing strategies and supply chain structures. For furniture companies, this creates both challenges and opportunities. On one hand, tariffs on imported furniture components and raw materials are driving up costs. Many companies are finding that their traditional overseas suppliers are becoming more expensive, forcing them to either absorb those costs or pass them on to consumers. But here's where it gets interesting. While 2024 focused on applying AI, 2025 will shift towards scaling it across more areas of operations and supply chain management. Companies are using artificial intelligence to help navigate these tariff challenges. AI is helping businesses optimize their supply chains, find alternative suppliers, and predict cost fluctuations more accurately. Some furniture companies are using AI to analyze thousands of potential suppliers and shipping routes to find the most cost-effective options under the new tariff structure. Others are using machine learning to predict when tariff rates might change, helping them time their orders more strategically. The smart companies are viewing these supply chain disruptions as a chance to build more resilient operations. They're diversifying their supplier base, investing in technology to improve efficiency, and in some cases, bringing manufacturing closer to home. This brings us to our biggest story today, and it's one that really illustrates how these broader economic pressures are forcing major changes in our industry. D Orel Industries, a significant player in the furniture space, has announced they're shutting down all their North American manufacturing operations as part of a major restructuring. The company said Monday the decision to cease all D Orel home manufacturing operations in North America was made after what they describe as an extensive review of their operations. This isn't a small adjustment. This is a complete exit from domestic manufacturing for their home furniture segment. This decision will result in substantial savings based on a smaller footprint and workforce, according to the company. They're essentially admitting that they can't make the numbers work for manufacturing furniture in North America under current market conditions. What's particularly striking about this move is the timing. While there's been political pressure to bring manufacturing back to the United States, and while tariffs are supposed to make domestic production more competitive, Dorel is moving in the exact opposite direction. They're concluding that even with tariffs making imports more expensive, it's still more cost-effective for them to manufacture overseas and import their products. This decision affects multiple facilities and hundreds of jobs. The company had operations in Ontario, Canada, and Ohio, and they're shutting down both. The workforce reduction was completed in the fourth quarter of 2024 and will reduce the size of these functions by 30%, resulting in one-time severance costs of approximately $4 million. For the broader furniture industry, Dorel's decision represents a significant moment. It shows just how challenging the economics of furniture manufacturing have become in North America. Rising labor costs, expensive raw materials, and competition from overseas manufacturers have created a perfect storm that's forcing even established companies to completely rethink their business models. But it's not just about cost. Dorel is also reducing their product portfolio as part of this restructuring. They're focusing on fewer product lines and betting that a smaller, more focused operation will be more profitable than trying to compete across a broad range of furniture categories. This strategy might work for Dorel, but it also creates opportunities for other manufacturers. When a major player exits domestic manufacturing and reduces their product range, it opens up market space for competitors. Smaller manufacturers who can operate more efficiently, or companies that specialize in specific product categories, might find new opportunities to grow. The Dorel situation also highlights a broader trend we're seeing across the furniture industry. Companies are being forced to make difficult choices about where to focus their resources. Some are doubling down on domestic manufacturing and trying to compete on quality and service rather than price. Others, like Dorel, are concluding that the most viable path forward is to embrace overseas manufacturing while focusing on design, marketing, and distribution. What's clear is that the furniture industry is in a period of significant transition. The old ways of doing business are being challenged by new economic realities, changing consumer preferences, and technological possibilities. Companies that can adapt to these changes will thrive, while those that can't may find themselves making the same difficult decisions that Dorel just made. As we wrap up today's episode, the big picture is this. Our industry is navigating multiple cross-currents right now. Consumer behavior is shifting, with younger buyers prioritizing price over brand loyalty. Supply chains are being disrupted by tariffs and transformed by AI. And major companies are making fundamental changes to their business models to survive in this new environment. For furniture industry professionals, staying informed about these trends isn't just helpful, it's essential. The companies that understand these changes and adapt accordingly will be the ones that succeed in the months and years ahead. Thanks for listening to Furniture Industry News. If you found today's episode valuable, please subscribe to stay up to date with all the latest developments in our industry. We'll see you next time.